It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And you know, this is what I love talking about, relationships, okay?
Yes.
We got Deiondra Sanders here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And joining us, Dr. Heavenly is back again.
Hey.
And we have Chanel Scott here, who is the mastermind of this whole event that you guys are doing.
Absolutely, yes. We're having candid conversations about relationships, and it's centered on a card game that I just released, Navigating Past Pain and Trauma, and conversation starters on sex and relationships for couples.
I like how you said sex.
Sex.
And relationships.
And
I know what that
relationships.
is. Sex, I know what that is.
Let's start off with this question. Do you think that you can, I'm going to ask the ladies this. Could you be okay with being in a relationship with somebody where the sex isn't that great, and but you love him like everything else is perfect?
So, Angela, I'm not even going to lie. I've been abstinent for about 4 years, and I did an 8-year stint. So the sex got to be good.
Okay.
I just can't.
You've been waiting. You can't.
Yeah, that's just not something that I'm willing to compromise on. So I don't know about the other ladies, but because I've been waiting, I'm waiting for that.
But you can teach somebody to be good too, right?
Angela, I'm 50.
She ain't trying to teach
I ain't trying to teach
anybody
nobody.
anything.
You
Can we cuss? We can cuss.
I don't know if you could teach though.
Yeah, I don't think. Like, I'm gonna get
Hopefully my
frustrated.
daddy don't see this, but I was in I know. So turn it off, daddy. I was in a relationship before, prior a few years ago, and it just wasn't it. And I tried sexual counseling. I tried. We tried. I'm talking about we tried everything, and it never got better.
And that was the reason for the ending of the relationship?
No, it wasn't the
That's
ending.
probably part of it.
No,
Oh.
but that was like a major. But I tried to teach. It just wasn't there.
What happens in sexual counseling?
That's what
Yeah.
It was different stuff that they taught us to like do different intimacy in the beginning, talk about different stuff, start off having like certain kind of foreplay, and just try different. I just really hope my family don't see this. Try different like positions and stuff like that. So it was just like really just to try to bring the intimacy and the chemistry back.
So he
But
knew that the
just-
sex wasn't good.
Oh yeah.
She like, we go to
She
counseling.
told him.
I
You're
mean, we
supposed to
had
tell
talked
him.
about it. I was like, yeah, something's just not.
And it's nice that he was
not
open
up.
to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
I love people that's very open to stuff,
Well, Dr. Heavenly, what about you? I mean, you've and people love your relationship. How it's kind of like with you and Damon. He can. It's kind of like the way y'all handle each other is a lot of trust there.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because, Dr. Heavenly has no problem saying what's on her mind. And we don't ever see him be like, girl, what's wrong with you? But
He's not paying attention.
Yeah.
He calls it supreme concentration. He keeps his mind away. If you watch him, he's looking at his face. He's not really listening to what's going on because he doesn't want to be involved.
okay.
That's what,
That's
so-
fair. So talk to me about that. Like, were you guys, the chemistry was automatic, or was it something that had to be learned? Because
It was definitely automatic. It was automatic. I had prayed. I put it on my vision board. And when I saw my man, I was attracted to him because God brought him for me. When God created the moon and the stars, he created that man for me. Real talk. Right.
I like that too.
So, yeah.
I like that too.
Were there ever any times in your marriage that you felt like, ooh, because listen, and Shana, I'm sure you can say this too, like people go through rough patches, especially when you've been together
sure.
a long time. Was there ever a rough patch that you didn't think you were going to get through?
Well, my marriage is perfect. I've been very clear about that on reality TV. But honestly, yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's been rough times for sure. In 32 years, I've been married 27 years, but I've been with him 32 years. So, yeah, it's been some rough times, some rough days, months, years probably. But I think the love sees you through.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And Deiondra, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? Because I know the baby's here adorable.
Thank you.
By the way, I
Thank
just want to
you.
and he's good. He's having a good time. But I know you've talked about postpartum. You've been really open about that. So how are you feeling like today? Is it a day-by-day thing, or what's the process like for you?
Ooh, I think it's a day-by-day thing. I feel like I have had better days recently since I came into my awe moment. It's just, it was kind of hard to navigate because it's like a lot of stuff I would think, why do I feel like this? Is it okay to be having these kind of thoughts? Like, should I be happier considering my new blessing? And a lot of emotions, I feel like I feel it 100 times more than what I normally would. So I just didn't know how to control it.
Right. I couldn't imagine dealing with that. Because
a
imagine if you had social media when you first,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just it's a day-to-day thing, but I will say I've had a lot more better days now, and I just pray every day now and just take it one day at a time to just, be the best version I can for Snow.
Now, for you, Chanel, what made you put this event together? I know you have the card game, and I even want to talk to you about why you chose who you chose to be on this panel.
Yes. So we have Relationships Matter, the show, and then I also have authored a book, Relationships Matter. And so I always like to have the live experience to give our viewers an opportunity to engage us in person. And so I invited Deiondra because Deiondra has experiential knowledge, right? No one wants to hear from someone who's never been through anything. So those people who are going through what she's going through, she can walk them through it as she goes through it. And then also wanted to paint the picture to watch her go through it and grind out. Right. She didn't just stop living. She's grinding it out. This is work for her. So, and then also Dr. Heavenly, she's been married for 27 years, been with her husband for 32 years.
With reality TV.
Experiential knowledge.
Years.
Right.
And you know how hard that is.
Yes.
Right. And so for those people who are married, because I always like to get different demographics and get the different perspectives, because there's something for everyone. When you come to my event, she can talk about the marriage and the ups and the downs and be candid and transparent, because you can't, if you've never gone through what I'm going through, then I can't really hear from you because you can't empathize with me. People who have never had those experiences, those are the ones that say, oh girl, get over it, let it go.
It's easy to say.
It's easy to say when it's not your experience. So I wanted to get people on the platform who could speak to the different topics.
As far as abstinence, how is that helping you?
It's horrible.
It's horrible. Okay. Girl, they got a rose.
Tell back, Lord, forgive me. You know what? It allows you to see more clearly, make better decisions, and be more intentional.
Really?
Yeah, it does. And while I'm operating, and now it's just not abstinence. Now, when you're gonna do this, you got to operate in purpose, right? You got to you got to do something with that idle time. You just can't be sitting around talking about I'm practicing abstinence.
Can you masturbate?
That's what I'm saying. Do you have a rose?
You can. I do have a rose. I got a couple different toys. I don't use them all the time, but I do have them. But to be honest, because I don't have anyone in my life, I don't think about it that often.
Oh,
not that often. You know, you gotta stay off the internet and you be good.
That's a period plan. Okay. So Deiondra, how has this helped you? Like, just as far as your journey, like you said, you've been going through a lot, and we've seen it. And listen, I felt for you because I can't imagine having a baby and then having people weighing in, and then you're talking about postpartum. But some people can be really cruel online and not really, like you said, if they haven't been through it, it's hard for them to empathize. But how is it helping you, like being with, I think sometimes other women who have different perspectives that can also be like, girl, this is what I went through?
I feel like this has helped me a lot. Just getting advice and just hearing from them. I've learned a lot, just like you said, different perspectives. Also, it's helped me just getting back busy. So for a long time, I kind of set out and took care of Snow, but now that I'm back, it makes me feel a lot better. And I feel like I'm starting to walk in my purpose, like Chanel said. So it's a great feeling to just know that I'm helping other women by just talking about what I've dealt with. I get so many messages where women are like, yes, talk about postpartum. We didn't know what that was back in the day, but I knew I felt something. So I'm just hoping that my story can just help women to know, like, it's okay. You're not alone. If you need to get help, you can get help. That's okay, too.
And you're doing more in that space, too, right, to help other women.
Yes.
So what's the plan with that? Because I know you have a whole...
Yes. So right now I'm actually working on a pre and postpartum journal that I'm very excited about. I'm such a journaler. Like all my notes are like how I feel today and stuff like that. So journaling is really big to me. I'm working on a journal that us women can just really sit there and write out all our thoughts about when we feel like we have no one to talk about. Because it's a lot of times where I felt like I wish I would have had someone or even just people to be like, you know what, this is okay. It's okay to feel like this. That's okay, but why do you feel like this? And then after you feel like this, let's see how to change the way, from a negative to a positive. So I'm just working on my journal to help people be able to express themselves in a non-judgmental way and to, help them get through however they're feeling.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, that's
Thank
right.
you.
I like that you're open for different things, right? Like journaling, counseling. Because I also feel like a lot of people are not that open, you know. And in particular, like to bring that to a guy and for him to be like, I'm cool with that. Have you guys done counseling ever, Dr. Heavenly?
I've done counseling, but my husband doesn't listen to a counselor, so it's rough because doctors are the worst patients. You know what I'm saying? So he's
I
not
can
gonna
see
listen
that.
to another person. He say, "Oh, I know more than he does." So counseling didn't work for us. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So no.
And 10 years on reality TV. And sometimes, like people I know who have done reality television, sometimes they can overwhelm your life. Like even when you're not filming and people are watching things that you recorded months ago, so you've already lived through it, but now you got to relive it. Does that affect things at home ever where it's like you get a little obsessive with things?
Not for us, because
Okay.
like I say, Damon is not involved. He's not on social media. He does not watch the show. And I know couples on the show that argue about the show, but it ain't Damon and I, because I tell you, he stays out of it. You know what I mean? And
That's good.
he allows me to be me. I go where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Do what I want to do. I don't go in his practice. He doesn't come in mine. So we got a relationship, but it's a business relationship too, because he allows me to do what I do too when we meet up at night.
Okay. I think recently you also apologized for the women on Married to Medicine.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, for coming at the Real Housewives of
Right.
Atlanta.
Right.
And you were like, that isn't right. We're a
Right.
part of the same family.
Right.
And I think sometimes there's things you do and then you do apologize
Yes,
after.
yes,
And I
yes.
think that's important too. And that's important in relationships also.
Absolutely.
Because I think sometimes accountability is a
Absolutely.
difficult thing. Like,
So difficult.
especially, I think women have that problem more than men. Do you think?
To apologize?
I don't
To-
think
in
so.
I don't think so.
relationships.
No.
I think men have more of a problem
Yeah.
apologizing, in my opinion.
What do you think?
I think we have a hard time. We want to justify. There are moments where we don't take accountability, but we always have a reason as to why. We can always match it back to, well, you did this, and this is what provoked me to do that. I see a lot of that.
Right.
For sure.
Because I feel like
Definitely.
sometimes men will apologize because they just want to move past
Yes.
it. I feel like we're like, but this and that. And I hear a lot of women even admitting that. Like, I mess up.
I
but-
must have some testosterone because I will apologize just to
Yeah,
move
so
past.
will
If you watch
I.
the show, I just like, listen,
Yeah, you
girl,
do.
I'm sorry. I might do it tomorrow, but today, I'm sorry. So
I think a lot of men apologize and they don't know why they're apologizing either, because they don't view it, like they're not open-minded to view it from our standpoint also. I think women, we're more open-minded.
Now you have the ring on.
Yes.
nice ring, big ring. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Because I feel like this was presented like, okay, perspective from a single, so you're not single.
It's in God's hands. We
Okay.
just
Yeah, okay. She got a pretty
we
ring.
just
though.
making
Ring
it
is
do what
nice.
it do and trying to figure it out.
Okay. Well, now listen, we're all for that. And I know that sometimes things happen, it gets public, it gets blown out. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, in people's lives. Shana, how do you get people to open up in a space like this? Because also, I think sometimes we're taught that, like, to keep our relationship, close to us. People will tell you, even on television, my husband didn't want to do it. We don't want to mess up our relationship by bringing too many people in and letting people in. What are
Right.
your thoughts about?
I lead by being transparent. Typically, most people do come to my events or to my shows and they're like, I don't want to share too much. But then when I begin to share, they're like, oh, it's like it releases something, removes the anxiety, and then everybody wants to share. Like, it's an influx of people wanting to share because they see other people being transparent and they can identify and relate to the experiences. And so then they're like, oh, well, I went through that and I want to talk about it. I want to get your perspective on it as well.
This journey of celibacy, it's going to
back
be
on that.
Yeah. Listen, I got to, because what is it going to, like, when do you say, like, is it a time limit that you have for yourself? Is it a experience? Is it something that has to happen? Like,
I'm very intentional about dating, and I just haven't met anyone. I don't do the casual dating.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you see me out on a date, just know that I like him.
Right?
Just know that I've vetted him and I like him. And it's just a matter for me of just connecting with the right person.
what are some good first date questions that you should ask somebody?
Wow, I would ask them, what are they looking for? Like, what are your intentions? Are you in a position where you want to be in a relationship? And not necessarily with me, but because men, they don't make a decision based off the person. It's just where they are in life positionally, if they're ready to settle down. So I would love to know if they are ready, if they're in a place where they have done all the things that they want to do. Are they where they need to be financially? Because most men hinge it on whether I'm financially secure or not. And you ask, are you looking to be in a relationship?
And we talked earlier about not wanting to teach a man. How do you feel about a guy who maybe isn't financially where he wants to be, but he's on the journey to try to get there? Are you down to like, okay?
No, I'm saying as long now he has to be for me, as long as he's purpose driven, ambitious, and has a plan and a vision. Now, obviously, and people get upset when I say this, he's not working at McDonald's at my age, right? Maybe when I was 20. We might,
right,
but not now, right? You have to have a vision, you have to have a plan, and then you have to have a vision for us. If you don't have that for us, and it ain't a whole lot we can do.
Well, so we looked at you, Deiondra. What do you think about? What are some?
My thoughts used to be I was open as long as you had a plan and a vision. But I had that one child. That one I felt like I had to take care of. And after that one, I was like, you know what? I
can't do that.
I can't do this again.
Yeah, once you get
traumatized
from that.
Yeah, it's like you have to come with something. I understand the plan and the purpose, but you got to start. You got to be walking in it at least halfway.
Absolutely.
You got to have started to walk in it for now. Cause
definitely can't be talking.
It can't just be all talk.
Actionable.
I tried to, I'll help you. As months went on and I just saw the money spent, I was like, no.
Yeah, because those type of men are takers, and they take. There's no limit to taking. So you got to be mindful when you connect with those type of people. Most men who are not takers, they'll say, hold on, you don't have to do this, or I'll take care of this, or they'll let you know, I don't have the money, so maybe we can do this. But then you have that man who's just like, okay. Well, until you
still have men that say that, but it was the type of situation where I still wanted to live how I wanted to live. Okay. So I just wanted him to come along too. Yeah, it was like that. So I was like, I'm going to still live my life, so just come with me. Yeah. So I definitely wouldn't say he was a taker, but that was, that was hard. So after that, now it's like you have to come with something.
It's kind of your fault. Like you.
Yeah, no,
but see, when you like enabling a situation.
Yeah, no, that's true. But that's why now sometimes, you don't have to be here. Well, we can work towards it together, but you at least got to be.
But you encounter that more when you have more.
That's
right.
Fact,
if you live a normal life, then you don't really have that issue often. But when you have more, you have to consider all your friends don't have what you have.
That's true.
So that's
like
something.
If he's taking you to a game and normally you'll be courtside and then he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna suck it up and sit
in the nosebleed?
I'm not like that. Like I'll definitely sit. It's the thought that counts with me. It's just the fact that if I want to go on a boat, then I got to pay for the boat.
Intimidating for some men too.
So it's just kind of like it just at first it's okay, but as it happens for months and it become a problem over time, one or two things that's okay. But I definitely wouldn't mind sitting in the seats that he got. It's the thought that counts with me.
I feel you on that though, because it is hard when you're a woman that actually has like a lot of I know I get a lot of perks and things like that, and so it's kind of like, okay, you want to come, like you can handle all of those things, and sometimes it can be intimidating. I mean, your father is like a legend, to people, but that's also intimidating for a guy because they might also be like, how do I live up to that? And should I even bother trying? Because I can't,
Absolutely.
So I don't know, but now Dr. Heavenly, I think it's great that you have such a solid situation. Like y'all met so long ago in school, still together to this day, managed to survive 10 years on reality TV. And like I said, I don't see no cracks in the foundation. What are some things that you would like to do that you haven't done yet when it comes to your relationship?
I think the first question was how we do it. And I think you have to be versatile. Just like I told her, I could be Michelle Obama, I could be Mama D. When I'm a boss, no. When I'm a boss at work, I know how to, I have to turn it off. Because, we have the gender roles. We do have the foundational roles. So I have to turn the boss off and be a wife. And a mother, and that's difficult. And it's very difficult for a lot of women. I struggle with it still. But I know that at the end of the day, if he's a leader, if he's worth merit, he's a leader, and I can follow him. Now I try to steer him the other way, but I allow him to lead, and that's the issue.
That's a trust thing too, to trust somebody.
That's hard to do. I don't know if I could do that for anyone else.
Right, where you can trust enough that they know what they're doing, that you can lean on them for help, because that's like giving up a little bit of control. And I know sometimes we can be control freaks.
Yeah, that's why she's been married for so long, but that's why you have to vet your your partner, right? You got to be able to respect him. If you can't respect him and if you can't trust him to leave, then that's not your person.
Right.
Period. You
I
know.
agree with that.
Should you Google him?
Yeah,
Google,
absolutely.
background
Google.
check.
Some people don't like
Look,
that.
marriage registry,
that's-
Target, Amazon to see if there's a
That's not a-
baby registry,
that's not a
the
negotiable.
SA registry, all that today.
Right.
You got to check all three.
Now, let's just say you find something. I know somebody this happened to. She Googled a guy and found something that was a little concerning to her. Do you now go and ask, like, I done Googled you and I seen, this come up and hear his explanation? Because sometimes there's things that could come up and you don't know what really
came up. That depends on what came up.
Yeah,
Now, if he's on the
I think it
SA
depends.
registry,
Yeah,
I mean,
on
it's
what
nothing to
came
talk
up.
There
about.
was I think she said there was like some type of domestic violence,
Oh, well, no.
situation. And she did end up asking him about it. And
Yeah.
he
What he
was,
said?
he basically was like, she accused him of something. It didn't really happen like that and whatever.
Of course he gonna
But
say that.
yeah, of
I'm
course
like,
he-
something like that, I don't think I would ask. I would just look for signs if we argue or something. But, I mean, because a man's going to say that.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah,
About
so
that.
something
He's
like
gonna
that, I
definitely
don't think I would.
excuse. Yeah,
I probably
for
would
sure.
Just
take it as a
fade
mental
out,
note.
Yeah. Watch how
Yeah.
he handles her, how he engages her. Watch his temperament.
Yeah.
And you brought up something good, like watch for clues if you guys are arguing. Arguing is also something that is going to happen in any relationship, but I
Yes.
think it matters a lot. Like, what are the rules when it comes to arguments, right? And so, for you ladies, what would you say when it comes? Because I think arguing effectively is also a real thing. Like, how
It
do we,
is.
when we get into it, how do we handle that? And so, is that something that maybe Deiondra, have you set like a standard? Like, okay, when we argue. Because
The Deiondra before the baby
He's a
is
different
different
person, huh?
yeah.
than the Deiondra now dealing with postpartum. I really wish I did set standards in arguments now because it got to a point where I really couldn't control like my emotions with certain stuff. So I would do things or say things that I knew that wasn't me. Like I would have never done that pre-Snow. So I do wish that certain standards were set. Going forward, I would like to do that because arguments, when you just can't really, when you couldn't control your emotions, like you're capable of saying, anything, and that's not good because I've never been that type to really like, do stuff like that or say stuff like that.
Right. No,
So-
you're right about that because those words stay forever. And
Yeah, and then that's something I always remember. Like I never, in my past relations, I never really talked down like that because, like you said, they stay forever, and people don't forget that. So I do think that standards should be set on how you argue because people argue so many different
It
kind of
should
ways.
be. However, I've been with my man 32 years. I think it's a double standard, just like for everything else, and I know it ain't right. But I say whatever the hell come to my mind, but he better not. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
that's a
wrong
double
to say? I
standard.
mean, it's
Yes.
true. It is. I have a
I
double
wanna
standard on
know
a lot of
'cause
different things.
Whatever come to your mind could be because sometimes you do gotta,
I mean, I
but-
respect
yeah,
him. So
respect
it's certain
him.
things I'm not going to say,
Right.
but I'm saying I probably am a lot worse than he ever could be. I know how to do it better.
I can't really, you know what I do? And tell me what you think about this because this probably is also not that great. But I also refuse to like engage in a conversation when I'm mad.
That's good.
That's good.
You think that's a good thing? 'Cause
Yeah.
some
I don't
people-
think you can
You
do
need
that
time
forever.
to
but okay.
process your
I've
emotions.
been doing that. My whole if I know I'm mad, I can't have the conversation right now.
Yeah.
And
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, and I will say to you, I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to say nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
we
That's
gotta
a
good.
stop
good
talking.
Because some
practice
people
to
feel
have.
like that's not good because you need to like get it
No,
out.
you need to process your emotions so that you don't say something that you're going to regret later. Think about it, mull over it, and then go back when you have calmed down and have the conversation. You can save a relationship. Because I can tell you, I'm going to say something right when I'm mad. Like I can't hold it. That's one of those situations. I got to get it off.
Have you ever said something that you wish you wouldn't? Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think the older I get, I think about what I'm saying. Right. So if I do say it, it was very intentional and I'm not going to regret it. That's what I meant to say. When I was younger, I would say whatever came to my mind. And then I would be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But now I think through what I'm going to say for sure.
Dr. Heavenly is like,
You know what? I think through it and I said it, but I might not mean it later. But I meant it when I said it.
right.
So, so for sure.
Now, Deiondra, you also said the truth shall set you free. What did you mean when you posted that?
And she
Ooh,
wrong about
child.
that. The truth shall not set you free. A lot of stuff you don't need to say. A lot of stuff you need to keep to yourself. Things that happen, you ain't got to. I'm teaching her though. She gonna be all right.
okay, I like this.
What I'm saying is she got some support. So you do not tell a man everything. He don't need to know the truth about everything. And sometimes you got to straight up lie.
Ooh.
That's
Now,
true
what you
too.
think about that?
I
telling her,
agree.
Straight up lie sometimes?
Sometimes.
No, you know what? Not necessarily lie, but just
Yes.
withhold the truth. Let's
There you
change
have
the
it. There you go.
terminology.
Okay, let's-
I think that's my biggest problem. I'm too honest. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lie. It's a lie.
And then
It's a lie. It ain't withholding the truth. It's a straight up
What
lie.
is it okay to lie about?
Timing is everything.
Okay,
too.
that's a fact.
And if it doesn't edify the relationship, some things people just don't need to know. You have to say, okay,
Yeah.
does this edify my relationship? And if
Right.
it doesn't edify the relationship, then you don't need to tell them.
You're like, is this the big issue? I don't think we should answer that.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know if you want to
Don't
know the
even bring it
answer.
up.
What is it okay to lie about?
It's okay to lie about a lot of shit. Listen,
question-
so listen, anything that you know is gonna be an argument, just
Yeah.
refrain from the conversation or lie. Like everybody say, no, communication is key. No, it ain't.
Because some men, this is one thing. Men like to ask you
talk
how many
about it.
bodies you got. Well,
I
like,
tell the
why?
truth
How
too
does
much.
it
Nobody
edify?
said
That ain't
Probably
none of
why
your
I'm the
business.
way I am now.
I would just say
I'm
two.
too honest.
No, you just say two.
No, my name
Right.
is my
Two.
first, my last, and my only. I've been telling that lie for years. That's it. So, yeah, it's okay to lie.
Yeah,
It's okay.
and I don't think you should ever ask somebody like, how many bodies have you had?
know,
Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
a-
don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
some
I don't
people don't
think you
count.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you ain't
So
getting
we-
nothing out of it, it don't
Don't
count.
want to know.
Right.
I,
But
I
men,
wanna know how many-
men want to know. As a woman, I'm like, I already assume that you have your fair share. But men ask that crazy question.
Really?
It doesn't edify. Yeah, I've had that asked to me.
I've had that ask
It
before.
doesn't
have?
edify. Yeah.
What did you say when somebody asked you that? What'd you say?
I mean, I told you I'm
I
too
deflected.
honest.
I
Or
told the
deflected.
truth?
I need to learn how to lie, but I'm way too honest.
You got to just do this.
Remind me of that video the girl said, I did it all. I've been doing this and that and the other.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
started
way
like
too
he was ready
honest.
to
So
cry.
I told the truth. So
You got to be like, oh, and then the twins. So that's two. I don't think men, because I also listen. I don't want to know. I'm not
wanna know
asking no
either.
man.
Yeah,
And I
me
feel like
neither.
most men also probably have no idea.
They
Right.
don't. They don't. They've lost count for sure.
Yeah, and they don't forgot people. Oh, what about that?
We need to
Yeah.
get them tested first. The first
That's a
questions
fact.
in a
no, that's the
relationship
first.
gotta be
Yeah.
it gotta be straight up questions that's gonna cancel the whole relationship. What's your credit score? If you don't know, it's low.
Right.
Okay.
On the first date?
The first
On
freaking
the
date. We ain't got
first date credit
time.
score?
How are we? We ain't got time to be playing with
He
nobody.
should have an app.
In fact, it should be on the app where we can ask these questions just like on a dental appointment. You ask all the questions up front before you even get to the next step.
Oh wow.
A conversation before you even get to the next
You
step.
back outside, Chanel, so I don't know.
I don't know about the first date. I wanna once we decide whether we're gonna take it to the next level, I think that's the time to ask those
That's the
types
determining
of
factor.
questions.
If we gonna take it to the next level.
But we gotta have a conversation first to get acquainted to find out if we even have any compatibility. Because we may have chemistry. You can have chemistry and not have compatibility.
Right.
So once we decide, okay, we have chemistry,
How
we
long
have
it's gonna take
compatibility.
though?
Just
I ain't got
a couple weeks.
time.
2 to 3 weeks.
I'm impatient.
2 to 3 weeks if you spend ample enough time getting to know that person. And then once we decide, okay, we are going to take it to
But
the
you
next
done
level.
had sex in 2 weeks.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just playing. Looking at me like, really? These young kids do that. That's what
They
they
do.
Said these young kids.
Don't put me in that
How old are you?
category. 34.
Okay, you grown. Okay.
I'm like, I'm not in that category.
Now I want to ask you this because this did happen on Married to Medicine,
It
and
did.
I made this a topic.
Okay.
Quad, when she's dating King, and she wanted him to move in, but he was like, "I'm not moving into your house." She has a beautiful house,
She does.
and you know, he was like, "We could get something together, and you could rent your place out."
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But she was like, "Well, this house he means a lot. This is the house that like I
Rent it out.
Yep.
What I say is, what I said on my vlog is, do like Portia did, keep your house and then get another one too. So you always have something to fall back on. That equity still
Yes.
growing over here. Rent it out, give it to your mama, give it to your brother, whoever.
Yeah.
But we build something together because
agree.
I don't ever want to be in a situation you say this is my house.
Exactly.
Get out of my
Or
house.
get out of my house.
Right. We don't want
Absolutely.
that, and he doesn't want it either. And we know how we are.
That's a real man.
Yeah, for sure. That's a manly thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be devastated
Even if
I had
it's
to
a
move
lesser
out my
house.
Really?
Isn't that awesome?
I would say that my house is for me.
Yeah.
If I ever connected with someone, we would definitely have to get
Have to
our own
move
house.
to
Absolutely.
something else.
Now, what about separate bank accounts?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We had
I
one
can't
together.
even imagine. Are you
That's a
kidding
no-brainer.
me?
You better.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You better.
Somebody spending your money and you don't even know about it? No.
I think we need to
We
have,
could have
all
a
access
joint
to
one
all
and-
his money.
yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
double standard, but
We
he
could-
doesn't need to know what I have.
Or you can create one where you guys make deposits, but
May have a
definitely
joint
we-
one, yeah.
definitely.
I think you should definitely have a joint one, but definitely have separate
But you
ones
need
for sure.
access to all of your husband's money. You
Yeah.
need to see what the hell he doing with
Right.
it. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
to
that.
see it and
I agree
access
with
it.
it.
Absolutely.
But
Yes,
you have your own account
that's
that
a
he
double
can't
standard.
see.
Another one. Sorry.
Dr. Heavenly.
Double.
Like,
It is.
I appreciate your honesty, and clearly it's working for you. So I
He
can't
don't
say
even
that-
know.
I can't
He
say-
don't even know. He ain't gonna hear this. He don't even know. But I love him though. But he don't even know. He don't even know what we have. He don't know.
Wow, that's wild.
But he trusts me.
Yeah,
he does.
yeah.
He trusts
I
me.
mean-
And trust me, I'm doing my business right. So he knows that.
Yeah.
Now, Deiondra, how honest are you with your family about when things are happening? That's another thing, right? When something happens, you get into it. Do you like tell? Because sometimes we tell people things, but then we stay with somebody, and they be like, "Damn, why did I?" Now the
You
whole
mean Dr.
family.
Contessa and what she did? Just playing. I had to throw a little mess in it,
Don't worry.
baby. I had to
I'm
throw a
getting
little
to you.
mess in it.
So, what do you think? What are your thoughts about that? Because sometimes it's like, damn, if we're gonna stay together, why am I, telling?
I don't really tell my family much stuff when it happens, but I mean, stuff is always online, so they see it anyways. My family, we're kind of the type of people where we're very close, but we all have our own lives. So if I want to talk about it, then they'll be there to listen and give me advice or talk to me about how they feel. But if I don't bring it up, then they don't bring it up either. They just,
They'll be like on your
Been
time.
online. You keep referencing stuff. And I
no,
don't
I'm
know
just saying
nothing
from when
about
people said I was like spazzing and crashing out, all that.
Oh, I
crazy
didn't know
stuff.
that.
Listen, there was an issue with Jacquees doing the album with Dej Loaf, and then he was like, "You
She
can't
used
be
to
on
date
set."
him?
They have a child together.
Oh, shit, I don't know nothing.
The baby's right here.
Listen, baby,
Jacquees right here.
So
I love that for you, though.
Jacquees is somebody. What he sing? Dej
he
Loaf.
sing a bunch
My
of songs.
child, my
You
daughter
know, I
knows
got a
this.
confession. That is what caused me to contact Deiondra. When
Okay.
they did the interview with you, I just didn't like the commentary. And I said, oh, no. We got to work. We got to get in purpose. And we
still
got to
do.
grind.
Right.
'Cause I need you to have your vision and your project and things that you're working on. And that's how we started this relationship.
No, honestly, with Jacquees did lip service, and he spoke so highly of you, and then shortly after, things kind of went left.
Yeah.
And so, and look, I do think it's strange to be like, she can't be on set while
Yeah.
we, doing a video if you guys are together and things like that. I don't even want to bring up things that are bothersome to you, so I don't even want to take it there. But Dr. Heavenly has no idea. and that's what happened.
And that's okay.
Because if you're with somebody and they're at work and you want to be there, but then I also see the side of, well, it's a business thing, and I don't want it to turn.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I'm never at my
But
husband's practice.
but it was to make her comfortable. That was the issue.
Because the
you-
hoes can
like
I say
what-
hoes?
Yeah, you
They
did.
gonna be there. She don't want his woman around the hoes, right? I mean, that's respect.
Yeah, but why does she have to be comfortable? Why are you uncomfortable? Is the question. What are
Because
you
he's a rap
uncomfortable
artist. I don't even know who Jacquees is, but if you're a rap,
Jacquees.
I'm talking about the young lady that he's doing the
Deja
project
Loaf,
with.
yeah.
Why is she so uncomfortable with his fiance? Like, I feel like, and there's rumors that there was
me,
something going on between them years
you
ago.
gonna be with Jacquees.
She likes him.
Jacquees. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We already know what it is. So when she get with him, she know what it is. Just
You
like
are
if
so
get with
funny.
a ball player, so you know what it is. So you need to stay down and get in your lane and let Jacquees do what he do.
Dr. Heavily is crazy.
I mean, but
As
that,
hell, but I'm telling the truth.
but then I also
It's the
think
truth.
that having just had a baby and going through postpartum,
So you
then
think you thought he
elevated.
was faithful?
But no,
I don't even know him.
But listen, he did the interview with the young lady.
Okay.
Well, they had a project together.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not unfaithful. That wasn't.
I don't
No.
think.
Yeah, that wasn't the
Okay, I'm not
problem.
offending anybody. I just I don't know him. I'm just saying he's
We
a
like-
rapper.
we
right?
like that
He's
you're-
a rapper, right?
He's a singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
Rapper. Dej Loaf is a Singer, rapper.
She's a rapper, singer. She's a rapper, but she's got a melodic tone to her. Okay. So, but it is tough when things play out online,
right?
And
For sure.
period.
For sure.
And everybody's weighing in, and people are saying different things, and then like you said, they made it look like he was crashing out. But that's when the conversation about postpartum depression comes up because, and also sometimes not even feeling like, so confident. Yeah. At a time like that.
I think also too, I wouldn't really say it was a crash out. I think the problem is because my family, we're so vocal. If you know my daddy, he's vocal on his interviews. My brother's vocal on his interviews. I think it's the fact that people are just now starting to get to know me and say like, oh, she's vocal this. She's never been like that. Yeah, because I didn't know how to work Twitter like that. Like now it's like I see that that's a platform so I can say what I want and people are going to take it. So it's not that, oh, I'm crashing out. It's like, oh, I'm speaking up and y'all are finally just getting to see how vocal, the type of person that I am.
Well, social media is never going to, see things the right way. They're going to see things
whatever's
the most
They're
entertaining.
They're going to twist it.
Absolutely.
Because I also think even in that relationship, you had to deal with Dreezy drama as well. And then it was like a...
We'll have to fill you in,
yeah.
Dr.
Yeah, we got to definitely fill you in.
Yeah.
I wanted him to defend her more, especially with him sitting beside Dej I wanted him to just defend.
Pretty?
Like it's a way to make sure she's comfortable and defend her as well.
Dr. Heavenly,
I don't know who this is. I heard the names before clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know the song, and I couldn't tell you when she slapped me. I
but
wouldn't know
you
who
know
she
what?
was.
I think you're talking about defending your woman, and that is also something on Married to Medicine.
You defend your woman at all costs.
So
Yeah.
that's
And
that
that's
He didn't do that on
that's
the
what
show
I
with the
feel
woman
as well.
sitting right
Oh,
beside
well, yeah,
him.
now I see the problem.
That's why.
Like they were sitting
Because you
beside
can
each
sleep
other.
with her, but you need to defend me
You
if
need
you
to
sit next to
defend,
her.
right? You don't want to make her feel
Right, you can
not
sleep
defend
with-
me.
Right, but defend me when it's all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what I did, you better be on my team.
Right.
Okay.
So that's where
That's
I
what a
had the
relationship
issue.
is.
Well, look, okay, so let's talk about this happened on Married to Medicine. If y'all, do you guys watch Married to Medicine?
They probably know about it, just like I know Dej Loaf.
All right, so let's talk about the with King,
Okay, King.
right, and Dr.
Quad.
G. And
Okay.
pressing charges against him because in the episode, King is defending Quad, and in that defense, it does get physical. It cuts
It did
off.
not get physical.
It didn't.
but
It cut off like it did.
It did not.
Okay.
There was no touching. No.
Okay.
But there were words, and he said some derogatory things about Quad to this man's face, and some of the stuff y'all saw, some of you didn't see.
Okay.
So when you're defending your woman, you know what I'm saying? All bets are off.
Yeah,
I don't care
agree.
what she said, but to me, she was with them people. She was messing with him. She was messing with the man. She was talking crap because she was drinking and she knew the buttons to push it. She knew how to get this man to act up, and she did it.
Right.
But you don't tell her to shut the F up.
No,
You can't
do that.
I mean, and
Not
that's
with
what
her
Damon
man's-
is saying. My
a
husband is
period
saying,
ever.
my husband is my wife is very vocal. But if you have a problem with my wife, come talk to me. And that's all King was saying, and I agree with it.
Right.
Don't talk to.
But
don't
to
talk
put
to her.
two men in a context like that and expect anything more than what you got is unrealistic.
And I didn't do it. Don't put my name in it. I did not do it. I did not put Phaedra Parks in the situation. I did not do none of that. Nah, I'm a say.
But what do you think about Dr. G then pressing charges against King?
I think that was a bitch move.
Okay.
Can I say that word?
You did, yeah.
I'm sorry. Cut it out. You
Yeah,
gotta
after
be like,
you
this
said
ain't live. I don't see, because if you think about that, and I have double standards, but Contessa charged me. A lot of people charge. If you didn't touch me, I don't think you should have pressed charge. Like if you scared, but it wasn't even about him scared. He just said his ego was fractured.
Right. Because and I feel like he feels like not part of the. Maybe he feels kind of like people are against him because he did
No,
that.
what it was he didn't want King to film anymore. So he felt like if I put this down and I call
Strategic.
AR, and he can't film, because we've done that before. That's happened before, where somebody who's not a cast member, if you go to HR, they'd be like, okay, well, there's no reason for this person to be on set. But then we complained, whatever, and then King was allowed to film. What they came up with was we would have different time slots.
Okay.
So we could come at one time, they could come at another.
Sheesh. There's so much drama. Y'all got to watch it.
Yeah,
That's all
it's
I'm saying.
amazing.
It's
And
a
the
good
reunion is
distraction from
explosive.
anything you have going on.
The reunion has not happened yet, and it's even more. So.
Is Phaedra there?
Absolutely not.
Oh, so she didn't come to the reunion.
She did not. She didn't want to face the truth.
Listen, I want to say,
Praise
as
the
you can
Lord.
see, this is going to be quite entertaining to
Praise
see
the
this,
Lord.
all of this live.
Yes,
happening.
absolutely. Yes, it's gonna be amazing.
No, but for Chanel, for your event, just to
Yes.
have these different perspectives.
Yes.
Because look, whether or not I agree with certain things and whatever, it's a great conversation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? And for and Dr. Heavenly, always outspoken and always yes, and
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm firmly I'm not gonna be in the middle. You're gonna know exactly what I'm thinking and how I'm thinking, and you have to respect that because
Absolutely.
I mean we might not agree on it, but that's my stance.
Right.
I don't think a man should ever be able to tell me to shut the F up,
Mm.
even if I might need to.
right.
Right.
Yeah, listen.
Talk to my husband. That's why he's here.
You definitely can't say that in front of
Yeah,
your
no.
Yeah.
When thinking ain't
It's
gonna
too
happen.
much. Yeah.
Deondra, do you feel safe and protected now in your situation? Like
You still
things
with him?
happen? She's got the ring on. I don't know.
No, that's from him. I always thought it was somebody else. I don't know why. I thought she left it. Girl, I got to talk to you.
Yeah, listen, I can't wait for this.
We trying to figure it out.
Okay.
We trying to figure it out. I think that's one of my biggest things,
So
though.
you
is
love him.
I want to feel, safe and protected. But we trying to figure it out.
Okay. I mean, I hope you do. I hope that
I don't
he
think she
understands where you're coming from.
How old is he?
He young.
How old is he?
He 30.
Chad. Oof. How old is Dej Did I say her name right? What are y'all laughing at? How old is she?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old she
yeah.
is either.
Let's Google. No, go ahead.
But but that does happen, right? When it comes to work relationships too, and you're in a relationship, how do you allow somebody to work with someone that you're not comfortable?
In what capacity? She rapping on his song or something?
They have an album together.
Okay.
They put out a project together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't rap. You can't rap.
Oh my God.
You better start.
No.
That ain't that hard.
No.
It can't be that hard. I'm sure throw your lines on a beat, girl. You better get over there. Sit
Do you feel like there was in any way like he was concerned about you being there? Is there any justification for that? Like, do you feel like, okay, well, maybe I was wilding? Like, was there any reason that he should have felt that way?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it really was a concern like that for him. I think it's just as far as for her to feel more comfortable because she, is going to feel uncomfortable if I'm there.
Wait a minute. What?
And I feel
Wait,
like
wait a
that's
minute.
off
That's
of
what I was
because
trying
of,
to say,
just.
What does she matter?
That was
I
the,
mean,
that's
that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Like,
but
why was he trying to make her comfortable and
I
not
missed
allow
that
her
whole
to
part.
come?
Yeah.
Let me hush. Be quiet.
Yeah.
We need
well,
to do
I
this
mean,
at your
after
event. We got more time.
I just feel like that it just should have been handled differently.
Mm-hmm.
I just really just don't like how she moved. Like it's so much stuff that I see, that I hear, the stuff that she does. She knows what she does.
Can I
Even
say
how
one
she
thing?
did something on the interview they did saying she never met me. Like she's met me. I went and introduced myself to her, trying to be, a good fiance, and she didn't even want to speak really.
So you've made the effort.
Yeah,
That sounds like she's
yeah.
jealous and
Either
I made
envious
that
of the
effort.
relationship.
So it's kind of like
or
it's a
she
situ-
wants to.
You said what?
Either they having sex or she wants to have sex. Well, there ain't no other
She
reason.
likes him.
That's
Like,
right.
that's bottom line.
I don't know
She's
about.
attractive.
I mean, I think she's in a relationship, from my understanding.
Okay.
And I know they maybe had a past or something like that.
they
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
past.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's
in the
really where the
past.
energy is
Okay.
coming from.
I didn't know that either.
It's probably just from that. Like
Okay.
they had a past.
Tell me what's going on because I
Yeah.
had no clue.
But he's in a new relationship and he has a fiance, and that should be respected.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You don't tell your fiance, no, you can't come because I'm trying to make another female comfortable.
Right.
You got to meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
But do whatever
that's
you
only
think is
fair.
right because we not in your relationship. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Don't listen to nobody but
I
yourself.
mean, I'm just praying about it.
Listen to yourself and
Hopefully
what
God
you want and what you feel comfortable
shows
with.
me what's up, and just praying about it and taking it day
What
by
does your
day.
daddy say about it?
Yeah.
He said, "Let it go, walk
my
away."
daddy-
did
no,
say
my
that. He
my
said something about
no,
walking away.
my daddy said because when I just go off on people,
Okay.
my daddy say. The thing is, my family know me, so they
What
know.
does your daddy say about this relationship? That's all I ask you. I ain't ask you none of that.
My family is the type where they're gonna support whatever I want to do.
Okay, that's a good
he's
answer.
gonna say how he feel. Like he said how he felt in the beginning when I first
What did
introduced
he
him
say?
to it.
What did he say?
That's between me and my daddy. But I want to say now, Daddy, you might was right. I just want to say now, Daddy, you might was
It's all right
right.
to
But
tell your dad he's right.
I know,
Of
but
course he
my
is.
dad is a type to. if I'm with it and it makes me happy, he gonna support it all the way.
That's good.
And then
That's really
you know, if it ends up making me sad, he gonna be there to pick me up. You know, my family's very supportive of any decisions that we all make.
Okay. All right, well, we love that. Well, listen, I know right now everybody is coming out to this event.
Yes.
So this is happening March 23rd.
Yes, absolutely. Sunday, March 23rd in Atlanta, Georgia at Curate. And anyone who wants to attend can RSVP for complimentary tickets at relationshipsmatterlive.eventbrite.com.
Oh, it's free?
It's free, and I'm bringing a
Ain't
lot of
nobody
my
tell me
friends,
that.
so people need to come out and see
Yes.
us. If y'all got some questions, ask us anything about our relationships.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love
Transparent,
this.
candid conversations about relationships.
Keep it to a minimum with mine.
I'm gonna ask you the questions, honey. I'm intrigued.
You're a good sport,
Listen.
though. I will give you
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
sitting
Thank
here
you.
answering these questions.
She
Thank you.
answer them.
I did answer them.
Okay, for the most part, you did.
I have answered more than I've ever
answered
answered.
some for.
Listen,
I'm a
well,
voice.
we needed a show of Dr. Heavenly not knowing who people are and asking them questions and get into the. I like that.
Listen, I saw Angela Oakley. I didn't know who the hell that was, but I started.
And people tried to say you was being shady about taking pictures with Angela Oakley. Like, it was,
No, she's a beautiful woman.
no,
I
not
love
about her. About like maybe she doesn't get along with somebody.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
see?
shit.
You really don't
just
be
like I
knowing.
don't know Jacquees. I don't know what's going on in the show. I don't.
Who you call?
Angela Oakley, Charles Oakley's wife.
Jacquees.
Oh.
I don't know her, man. I don't know. I know the ladies. I know the old school ladies.
Right.
I don't know any new. I don't know what's going on in the show. I damn sure
You
don't
just
know
taking
what's
pictures. Like, yeah, my name
I
is
don't want any beef between the ladies in Atlanta. You got
Oh,
that
I
right.
see a future star right
There you
here.
go, and
And you
you
looking
go.
at the mic like,
I'm the gam mama. I'm the me mom.
hi.
You okay now? Say hey.
Oh, got his 6-month molars. Look inside.
Look at the dentist, Dr.
Yeah, he's
Heavenly. Like,
teething.
let me see. Well, anyway, appreciate that for you. And look, this is what matters the most. Period. Right here, Snow. All right. Well, thank you guys. And again, March 23rd. How can they get tickets one more time?
Relationshipsmatterlive.eventbrite.com.
All right. Man, I need to be in Atlanta
love
for
you,
this.
Angela. Yeah, I always have a good time with you. You've been trying to censor me a little bit, but that's okay. Go ahead. No.
Never. Okay. I've been trying to help. Listen, her YouTube lit. That's where it's uncensored.
Okay. No, but
I need
you
to
know,
go watch that.
Yes, you do.
It's not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad.
I say positive things the whole time. The only thing that goes viral is a sentence that I
Right.
might say that might not be.
Well, we love a viral moment.
Yeah.
You lean
Yeah,
into
I mean,
it.
You know.
Lean
But I
into
love
it.
all the ladies in Atlanta. I love all the ladies on Married to Medicine, and tune in to our reunion as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're going to bring all our friends to her event. And we're going to have a good time. Come
Okay,
see
all
us.
the friends are coming.
Yes.
Is Toya coming?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really talk to Toya that much. But I don't know.
Oh my God, I cannot wait to see this reunion, y'all. I got to find out what happened with this Met Gala, with this Okay.
Go ahead, girl. It's a mess. But God is good, and we are all ladies, and we're positive ladies, and we
Won't he
uplift
do
each
it?
other, and we're going to move forward in a positive way.
God is
We're gonna
good
learn to
all the
coexist.
time. We don't even
Yes.
got to censor Dr. Heavenly. All right, it's way up.